Hello my friends, and welcome to what will be a very monumental but also very awkward review for this channel. We are going to be looking at our very first 1/6 scale figure, which is coming from Hot Toys. And in this case, I believe this contains the Suicide Squad's King Shark. It's been such a long time since I've actually put in the order for this figure.
It's been 84 years.
I ordered it when the movie actually released in, I believe, August of 2021, and I think it kept getting postponed because, you know, there's still a whole lot of economical problems going on with the shipping, the production rate, and all that. Of course, that occurs with Black Series, but that also occurs with Hot Toys and bigger scale figures as well. I almost never get Hot Toys figures. They are just so expensive. I maybe only have 3 or 4. Again, I work with the 6-inch, not the 1/6 scale, when it comes to collecting. So this is going to be a very special occasion for me and this channel. This is going to be a little bit wild. So I guess we could start with looking at the cardboard box to make this a true unboxing. But yeah, I got a barcode, letters, numbers, Hot Toys, made in China, like absolutely everything in America. Apparently, the back is exactly the same, and the top, absolutely nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this open, or try to cut it along the top, maybe. It's a little tough to do with the tripod in the way. There we go. Top flap opened. Okay. Okay, I do not have a ton of real estate to work with as we're unboxing this, so I'm just gonna slide it horizontal ways and see what we get. So we got the back, it's open, random piece of stray cardboard for protection, and oh mother, what the crap? This is the biggest freaking box I've ever seen for an action figure. Alright, let's back up a little bit. Alright, forgive me, I'm going to need to dolly around for this one because this is going to be so big I won't be able to fit it on camera while also keeping the camera stable. But yeah, here we have the front of the box, still in the plastic. There's a little bit of a wrap on the outside. We have, well, King Shark looking absolutely fantastic. I love this box art. It's got that James Gunn aesthetic going on with those pink waves. You got a big old surfing motif throughout. Perfectly fitting for our shark friend here. Continues around to the side. I also like how they got a good trademark Jaws logo for him there. It says here, King Shark 1/6 scale collectible figure. On the other side of the box, it's exactly the same. Popping up to the top, we get King Shark once more, surrounded by severed hands. I love that. On the back, warning, don't do anything dangerous or scandalous. Got the Hot Toys logo going down. I don't know who any of these people are, but down here, oh, okay, we have a little bit of familiarity. Here we have
C. Green Arrow.
I guess this is... It's okay to have some strangers in a strange world. Again, we're probably not going to be looking at many Hot Toys on this channel, so not a big deal if we don't get too familiar with them. Sorry guys, not going to learn your names today. Then tipping it over to so we could see the bottom, it's got just a sea of teal. Alright, just to be sure this unboxing isn't too boring, I'm going to do my best to move through, cutting through all the many layers of this packaging. So we got our box here, not a body bag this time. Gotta feel like you're undressing your 3-year-old after the winter season. Here's the box again, looking very nice and pretty outside of the plastic bag. And I think we open it here from the top. We're gonna need a little bit of knife work. Yeah. Just pop that tab open. Not a big deal. Well, it's a huge deal, but you know, with not too much effort. Got another shark mouth there, looking really cool. Okay, let's go horizontal ways again as we open this very monumental chapter, not just for this channel, but also for my life, because I've never gotten to figure this enormous in my newly adopted adulthood. I'm feeling some plastic in there. We're just going to slide it out like a shoebox. Okay, so yeah, it kind of looks like the presentation for most figures. Ooh. Oh my god. Alright. Here we go. Jeez. Ooh, nice suit, King Shark. Look at Nanawe over there. Oh, no way. It's a baby Starro! That's so cute! Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna try and relax as we look at this figure as it's displayed right in the box. I don't know why you'd like it to show up like this. The face is covered up a little bit by what looks like kind of a foam padding to secure this peg. I'm not too sure what that's for, but then you get the rest of this figure that's kind of draped in this nice kind of foam material. And then off to the sides you have two additional hands, and I can't make out any other accessories here. Oh, and I was so distracted by Starro, I forgot to mention there is also his book, which is called The Varieties of Religious Experience by William James. I didn't even pick up on the title of the book as we were watching the movie. All right, going around the sides, it doesn't seem like there's any tape, so we should be able to lift this right off. Okay, so I guess now it's a matter of undressing this black velvet from Nanaue here, king of the ocean. I guess as I go through this process, I will say my thoughts on the new The Suicide Squad movie, because it is a sequel slash reboot. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was leagues better than the original from 2016. I've always liked that movie. It's not a good movie by any stretch, but it was always a good guilty pleasure, kind of a nice time capsule for me. Here are the really big hands. But then James Gunn, when he picked up the Suicide Squad title to that second movie, oh man, it was just an absolute blast. The characters are so much better. The story was really fun. I love the humor. And wow, this is an actual book that is it legible? No, not quite legible, but come on, you're not going to be reading this unless you really want to hurt your eyes. Itty bitty baby Starro here, and Starro was also an absolute standout in that movie. He was not in the promo shots for this figure, so I'm really happy to be getting him. And then as for the big boy, oh wow, oh boy, okay, give me a second here. Woo! God damn, this is so nice. I feel like I shouldn't have this in my possession. Oh boy, I haven't even articulated it or looked at all the details yet. We're going into this totally dry. It's like you're opening this with me, and wow, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Now, this is part of what's called the Power Pose series, so it's not meant to be super articulated. It's mainly meant to be for display. Speaking of display, I have no idea where the hell I'm going to display this in my apartment. When I ordered this, I was not living here, so I need to make some real estate somewhere available in my dwelling for this big old Nanaue here. Looking at him head on, it's he looks a little bit doughy. He's definitely meant to be looked at from the side, from 30-degree angles, and you can make out that shark look a little bit better. But starting with the mouth, you have some really cool looking teeth, which are actually quite sharp to the touch. They look really nice. The mouth is not articulated, but again, this guy is not for moving around. He's more of a statue than anything else, but I'm honestly fine with that. He's supposed to be very big and doughy. He's not, and pretty much all he does is book it forward and then just eat people right under him. So I'm okay with him not having a whole lot of movement. So today we're just really going to be talking about sculpt and paint, if it's all the same to you. You got those creepy, beady eyes, like a doll's eyes. Got some good scar work that transitions from the head to the neck to the torso here, and it's very, very well textured. It feels like you're actually touching an animal. Turning him around to the back, you get that very classic shark fin, which always brings up a certain two notes from John Williams' repertoire that always seem to come to mind whenever we think of sharks. He also has some nice skills here, which are a little bit battered, a little bit tattered. Shows that he's been through his share of oceans and environments and biomes. It looks really good. The texture work never stops at any point. It keeps going. Feels very scaly and rough. I've actually held real sharks in a dissection class before, and I can confirm firsthand this feels like a real shark. I actually still have those sharks in jars, including a baby shark. The arms are also really nice, again, with more of that texture work. I don't think that's paint mistake or anything. It's not like this line Hot Toys being the creme de la creme, as I always say, to make mistakes, but no, I think that's intentional. I mean, he's got some little specks of dirt, imperfections in his flesh, so you get that speckle throughout this figure, but sporadically enough so it doesn't look intentional. It looks like just a part of his organic chemistry. That's just how he came out. That's how he was born, this big, glorious shark friend of ours. And of course, we have his horns, and they also look really good. They almost have this webbed sculpt work in between each of his 4 digits on each hand. On the back, you've got some knuckle work sculpted in very nicely. Again, continuing to make him feel very organic, like this is not a toy, which it isn't. Really, this is not meant to be played with, but it's not a plaything, it is a display piece, and they got everything here looking very believable and very cool. This hand is also very well done. Going down to the shorts, they are really well patterned, very Hawaiian. I like them a lot. I guess one disappointment, though not a big deal because I probably wouldn't be using them anyways, is they said if you pre-ordered this figure, you would also get a pair of prison pants from when we first meet him in his asylum. That's not a big deal. Again, I prefer these Hawaiian trunks anyhow, and I really like the pattern going on with them. You can make out very closely. You got some blues, you got a little bit of like a dark red, just very nice patchwork. I also got a little bit of a rip there, some wear and tear. Gotta like that a lot. I mean, makes sense for this type of character. Around to the back, you even have some little straps for a belt, which I can't imagine a belt exists that would be able to accommodate for this being, but then again, here he is with swim trunks. And then lastly, we got the feet down here. Again, more texture work. Actually, I'm kind of glad this figure isn't articulated too much because I feel like he would become very top-heavy. He'd be very irritating to work with, so I'm actually fine with the fact that he doesn't move around in the legs at all. Like, as you saw with the gremlins, so far just Brain Gremlin, more to come. Sometimes leg articulation is a be careful what you wish for situation, especially if there's a lot going on up here, which there definitely is. And then each foot has 3 digits. Not as crazily sculpted as the hands, but that's okay. I mean, they work. They look like they could help him swim in the water very well. That's one thing I would have liked to see, just a good scene of Nanaue swimming in the ocean. Like, yeah, we saw him kind of emerge from that coastline and also be in that aquarium very briefly, but we never saw him, like, doing the old breaststroke through the water, so I would have liked to see that. Hopefully there's a sequel one day and we can see that again. Now, we kind of already gave them a brief look, but now let's look at them a little bit more closely, those things being the accessories. So we have his alternate hands, which are more in a semi-gripping pose, although I can't imagine they'd be able to hold too much. Like, looking back down here are his default hands, which are a little bit more splayed out, more prepared to either raise his hand to show that he has a hand or give a big old high five. That'll probably be the last 5 you ever have. But the hands are not that different. I wish that these ones are a little bit tighter, or if he got at least one more definitive gripping hand, especially for his other accessory that we're about to look at. Here we are again with the varieties of religious experience. I don't even know if this is a real book in real life or not, but it's very well detailed. It looks like something you could actually pick up at a Barnes & Noble. It looks legit. The Modern Library, he got one of those little book people that they use as logos for some reason. On the side, you get the title once more, and on the back, alright, let's just have a little bit of a peruse through what this little volume of literature is all about. So see inside of jacket for a complete list of titles. The best of the world's best books are now available in the... wait a minute. Are now available in the inexpensive, compact, definitive editions of the Modern Library. Oh my god, I can't read that at all, not even with my own eyes. Hold on a second. This is terrible. I really want to read this to you guys. Does anyone care? Alright, I'm done. Never mind. 95 cents. There you go. That's what this book is all about. But I think the crowning surprise accessory, which was not announced during the solicitation of this figure, is this little baby Starro, which is so good. I know we just had to look, but I mean, we gotta look a little bit closer and admire him. And wow, he is really vibrant. I really wanted to see a Starro of some sort. Like, yeah, we got a Build-A-Figure one that was a Target exclusive, but that wasn't the Suicide Squad version of Starro. So it's nice that we finally have a little version of him right here. And it's really nicely painted. I love the purples. Ooh, I like how it gets a little bit lighter towards the center piece right there. The eye is also very well done, very pretty. I like that a lot. It looks like a real organic eye. And it's just, the combination of the colors here are just really gorgeous to look at. And of course, the pivotal moments with these little Starro drones and King Sharks when they're kind of just smacking on his face, unable to take control or eat his brain or whatever it is they do. And yeah, it's a scale. It seems about right. And oddly enough, here is my custom rat catcher too, because they should have made an official one along with a Rick flag, but oh well, perhaps another time if a sequel's ever in order. If you bring in this Starro, it is actually pretty to scale with your McFarlane figures too. So 7-inch scale is good, and then 1/6 scale also works. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to switch out the hands without destroying absolutely all of my surroundings. So, oh, okay, that was pretty easy. So it looks like we have a translucent peg right there. It looks really sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy at all. Very nice quality. And then we can get his other right hand that's a little bit more on the close side and port that in, maybe. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't give you a click, but when it's in there, and you'll feel, whoops, sorry about the camera, it's not going to slide off or anything. So I guess the one thing that he's not going to be able to do is hold the book. I guess you can flex it a bit. Oh yeah, you could hear it kind of crinkling a little. Well, obviously it would be upside down, right? That's how it was. I think I know what to do. So if you get one side of the book just under the thumb and put the other side in between his pinky and one of his other fingers, and that might work. Yeah, that works. Okay. So it looks like he's learning himself a few things. Book read. Now, are you ready for the very quickest look at articulation we've ever seen on the channel? Well, get ready. We have swivel in the shoulders, have a ball joint that acts as a swivel for the wrists, then we have a swivel in the waist. The end. Now we're going to do some size comparisons. Firstly, we have the only DC figure that I actually have in this scale being the classic comics version of Harley Quinn with a Fison body, and they scale really good. It gives you an idea of just how massive Nanaue is, and also bear in mind that she is also on a figure stand, so she is even shorter than this. In fact, if I pick her up and get that out of the way, yeah, he is quite gargantuan, and appropriately so. Here we have Sideshow's silver screen edition of Nosferatu, who we've seen before. Then for another pudgy guy, here we have the zombie from Dead Rising 2, which I believe was a limited 2500 piece from a deluxe version of the game. And yeah, they look good together too. I'd love to see Nanaue chewing down on a zombie. That would be hilarious. And lastly, here he is beside, I think, one of the oldest figures I have in the scale, and this is actually my baby, my favorite character in this scale, and my favorite character in cinema history, being Cronin from 2004's Hellboy. And just for the hell of it, here he is beside the McFarlane Build-A-Figure release of King Shark, same character and everything. And if you want an articulated one, this is probably the way you want to go. I think there's also another third-party version coming out that also has a lot more accessories and also has some Starros with it. This actually allows me to forgive his lack of prison pants more because I already did that treatment to this figure and I got some custom third-party soft goods on eBay. Now I have a prison version and I have an ocean and everywhere else version apparently because he only wears those for like 10 seconds basically. And oh my god, here he is beside Muck Muck. No dumb friend. You know what? This dude was worth the wait. I have no regrets. I'm trying to hit all the brands, hit a whole bunch of different scales, just doing a little bit of something for everybody. And for the moment, kind of just doing whatever's at my fancy. I'm mostly prioritizing the new things that come in, and this guy's very old thing that came in. Again, I've waited a very long time for this guy to arrive.
84 years.
But now that I have him, he is a lot of fun. Again, they didn't include the prison pants, which is a minor bummer, but honestly, if I had to choose, I'd prefer the surprise baby Starro here, so I'm not complaining at all. That's fine. I also seriously get a kick out of this book, the varieties of religious experience, especially since I have a degree in philosophy and religion myself. I didn't even notice that in the movie, as I've said. But yeah, that's going to conclude this very short and fun review of Sylvester Stallone as he appears in the Suicide Squad. Well, at least in voice and in spirit. So if you enjoyed this very crazy review, then as per usual, please be sure to like, comment,
and subscribe. Or leave a bad review for your favorite comic book movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
All that being said, this was a lot of fun. He is, not cheap, I'll say that much, but he was paid for a very long time ago, again, when I first ordered the figure. So when I was able to finally get him, I didn't feel like there was a rush. It was like, ooh, nice, I got a giant shark in the mail. So now I've got him, and he's a lot of fun, and I just need to figure out where the hell I'm gonna put him, because honestly, I have no idea. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Actually, as I was cleaning up towards the end of this review, I noticed that there is an instruction manual here, even though everything's kind of obvious, but I did learn a few things. I mean, obviously, they tell you how to switch out the hands, that the arms can articulate, and they also very much want to assert to you that this outfit is non-detachable. Don't try to take it off, otherwise it may get damaged. So, sorry, Ishmael, no harpoons for you. I really love this design. I know people prefer the more swole and ripped King Shark, but this was actually my very first exposure to this character, really. And when I finally saw the movie and I got the James Gunn interpretation, I I fell head over heels for it. I mean, ever since the initial trailers. And he is also super customized, and for this figure or any of the figures we just looked at for comparisons, let me know in the comments if you'd like a review on any of them. Again, this is kind of a special event. We're mostly going to be looking at 6-inch figures, but if you want to have a look at any of the 1/6 scale figures, which are technically 12-inch figures that we just had a look at, then feel free to let me know in the comments. I could definitely do a review for you guys.
Nanawe have baby Nanawe.